Hi everyone, Chris here at All Leeds TV. Firstly, I hope you've had a good Christmas, well, up until the early kick-off today. Hope you and your families well. And for those of you where Christmas can be a tough time, I hope you're muscling through it, and brighter days are ahead. So, Preston 2, Leeds 1, and let's be straight. That's not good enough today. A team who have been getting slapped all over the place recently. I think they'd won 1 in 7, 1 in 8, something like that. Manager probably on the verge of, potentially losing his job. And then the older Christmas present rolls into town, being Leeds United. How many times over the years do we say this? And again, I'm even forgetting my words. It's annoyed me that much today. From an impartial point of view, you've got to say, well done, Preston. Had a game plan. Okay, it might not be nice to watch at times, but they had a game plan, and they committed to the game plan. We didn't win anything. We weren't winning our challenges. We weren't winning second balls. They were beating us to everything, and that to me comes down to a lack of desire and a weak mentality. I think the mentality is weak. Away from home again. Mentality is weak. It really is. So I've not got anything good to say about anyone from a Leeds point of view on that pitch today. 1 second. Sorry, dog just thought it'd disturb. I've not got anything good to say. Let's pick out the main talking points. Meslier, I don't want to see people making excuses for him. It's a red card all day. It's petulant, pathetic behaviour. And when you're not playing well as a team, you've now cost your team a player. You've been sent off, and it's really, backs against the walls. I've seen, people trying to make excuses for him. You've got to call it what it is, and that's petulant, childish behaviour today that's got him sent off, and now I believe out for 3 games as well. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. No excuses. I hope the manager of the club fine him on top for just being absolutely stupid. He gets sent off, and then you want to see again. When I go back to mentality, I want to see some resolve. I want to see the players step up, puff the chests out, and say, "Okay, let's dig in. Let's still go out and win this." No, 2, 3, 4 minutes later, they go 1-0 up to Preston. Good header, but he shouldn't be climbing above Jed Spence or anyone else. But it's a good header into the corner. And then for me, our penalty isn't it? I only saw the replay a couple of times. I think if it, again, trying to put my impartial head on, I think it was the other way around. I'd say it was soft, but referee gave a penalty. I think he did catch him, but is it enough, to send him down like he went down? I don't know. I'll let you lot be the judge of that. Everyone's opinions will differ, I'm sure. Pascal put the penalty away really well because every other penalty taker, I think, was off the pitch at that point. And Bamford, thankfully, hadn't yet come on to take it. And then we're back to 1-1. And then it's like, for me, the mentality has to be, right, just dig in, get to full time, run away with a point when we've played badly, all the rest of it, nick a point away from home. It would have been nicking a point. Let's be brutally honest about that. It would have been nicking a point. But no, again, weak. We let Liam Miller wandering off the left-hand side, does Archie, feints another one. I'm not sure who it is. And then, good finish, but still, he shouldn't be getting into that position. He should not be getting into that position. You can't let him wander in like that on his right foot. And he was, clearly their most dangerous player today. And we've just let him wander into the box and strike a ball into the top bins. It's just its mentality. It's weak, and this will cost us automatic promotion. It will cost us top 2. We've taken all the pressure off Ipswich today. You know, we could have been within 4 points with them having to kick off later on against Leicester. Now, you know, I don't like the term, you know, it's a sort of free shot, but they've almost got a free shot now because, again, if they lose to Leicester, they're still 7 points ahead of us. You know, it's not, this season is, as far as the race for automatic is, it's not over, but we have got to sort this inconsistency out away from Ellen Road. It's borderline pathetic, and it has been a few times this season. And, you know, I set myself up for failure. You know, I thought we'd go out and batter them today off the back of Ipswich. I should know better. I should know this team. I've supported them long enough. You know, I'm 44. I've supported them for long enough. I should know by now that Leeds will build you up just to kick you in the plums. It's just the way we do things. And it was spineless today, absolutely spineless. Legs look tired, which again says to me that Farke hasn't got a full squad that he yet believes in. You know, no massive options to rotate very much. But again, tiredness isn't an excuse because you still need to be winning second balls. You still need to be winning your headers. You know, technically, our squad is far superior to theirs. And I don't mean that to be, you know, any way derogatory to Preston. And I'm sure most Preston fans would say, you know, our squad is far superior, as it should be, just coming down from the Premier League. No matter how many players we lost in the in the summer transfer window, that's still a far stronger squad, having come down from the Premier League and, you know, had a little bit of money to bring, or had some money to bring players in as well. So there's no excuses today. There's no, you know, bad calls from the referee. There's no nothing. There's no excuses. They need to all look at themselves in the mirror, properly look themselves in the mirror and say, do you know what? That was garbage and we've got to stop that. You know, and we've said before when I've been on here or, you know, on the final word with Joe, we struggle when there's no tempo. We struggle when there's low blocks. Yeah, we do. But we've got to find a way around that. We've got to find a way around that. I do think we've got to bring in a proper number 10. Someone who, you know, a game like today can put a foot on the ball and find something a little bit different when, you know, there is a low block or whatever it may be. But that rubbish that I saw today, and it was, let's be clear, you know, been singing the praises, praising them heavily after the Ipswich game. You've got to be consistent with this stuff. And today was shocking. And I'm not saying it has, but I'm saying it will cost us automatic promotion if we don't sort it and sort it quick. And even if we do sort it, we're heavily relying on, you know, Southampton tripping up. Southampton now sit above us. They slapped Swansea 5-0 today. And, you know, we don't tend to talk about Southampton. I don't think that's fans being, you know, derogatory towards them and not thinking they're in it. But, you know, we've been focused on Ipswich, especially. But, you know, we aren't going to finish above Southampton. We definitely aren't going to finish above Ipswich. And, you know, for me, Leicester are gone. But, and then we know Leeds in the playoffs, let's be real. Let's be real right now. And especially when we're talking about weak mentality and stuff like that throughout a season, that doesn't put you in a good place for a playoffs where you've got to go home and away in the, you know, semi-final as such, before then going away sort of to Wembley. Doesn't fill me with much hope. And if we don't sort it and other teams around us don't drop quite a lot of points, because let's be honest, we're not going to be flawed at the end of the season, you know, nowhere near it at this rate. But, you know, even if we made moves in January and brought in the right type of players, we're still not going to be flawless. So we're not gambling on capitulation from a Southampton who are only, you know, 3 points ahead of us. But an Ipswich, not quite capitulation are we gambling on, but we're gambling on them dropping quite a few points now. And, you know, they just haven't been doing it. They haven't been doing it. I think they've lost 3 times this season, 2 of them to us, you know, and like I said, Leicester are out there and gone. And at the minute, as I look at that top 4, and let's be honest, it is a top 4 for me, and then the rest, with our level of inconsistency, we're the 4th best team there. Not as in terms of, you know, the players that we've got and all the rest of it, but from a mentality and a consistency point of view, we're the 4th best team there. And it's as simple as that. And, that was just dreadful today. Dreadful. I can't think of one player who was on it to the normal or the levels we see more often than not, and the levels we see at Ellen Road. To go away from home in the Championship, and there's actually very little excuse for it today at Preston. We took like 6,500. But if you can't fire yourself up for an away game and treat the opposition with some respect as well, because I think there was complacency added in there today as well. They thought they'd just roll over Preston. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen in this league. I don't care if it's, your Rotherhams, who we didn't beat anyway, your Sheff Wednesdays, who we didn't beat anyway, whoever it may be. It's all right turning up and being fired up for Ipswich and Leicester. But if you're not going to turn up and be fired up for the games, where you deem them less capable, let's say, than yourselves, and you're going to get turned over in this league. And we've seen it numerous times this season. A lot of them have been draws, but draws that should be wins for us. And today we've lost and deserve to lose, rightly deserve to lose. And I'll say it again, well done, Preston, because they were up for it, And I don't watch, I haven't seen anything at Preston. And I know there's some of the stats around them, obviously prepping for this, but I haven't watched them. It might be a case of all Leeds are rolling into town is an extra 5%. But whether it is or it isn't, we've got to be ready for that. We've got to think we're rolling into Preston today. They're having a tough time of it. Leeds are in town. They're going to be at this. We need to be at this, and not by palming people in the face because you're a bit of a spoilt brat. There was no need for his reaction to the initial little, I think it was a slight grab from the striker. He sort of Meslier elbowed their striker in the back and then got, head to head with him. And then, all right, that other player comes steaming in and pushes him. Just laugh. Just laugh at him and get on with the game. There's nothing more inflammatory for me to someone else who wants to try and rile you up to just stand and laugh at them and get on with it. All it's going to do is potentially push him to go get the red card because you're just going, what are you doing, mate? Laugh at him, get on with it. Don't put your hand in his face. It's a blatant red card. It's a straight red card. Letter of the law. Don't care how we went down like he'd been shot by a sniper. Every player does that. It's pathetic, yes. It's weak, yes. But it's all part of the game, and it's all part of gamesmanship to make sure the referee sees what he needs to see and gets the player sent off. Mellier's the one who put his hand in his face. Meslier deserved to walk. Leeds deserved to lose today. Well done, Preston. This inconsistency will cost us promotion. We are gambling on a lot of things going our way in the second half of the season because away from home, more often than not, equal amounts of time, I'm not quite sure, we don't turn up. Not to the levels that we should be expecting. And that will cost us. And that's about it. I'm not going to go for every player individually today. One that, they couldn't really be bothered today, so I can't be bothered calling them all out, weak. And, again, like I say, I made the mistake of, trying to turn back into the optimistic Leeds fan who's like, yeah, this Ipswich thing will fire us up. We've beat them now. Now we're going to go on a run. We're going to steamroll a few teams. Nah, of course we're not. Of course we're not, because we're Leeds United. And our heads go up our backsides. We crap our spines out. We turn into jellyfish and we get rolled over by a team who has been struggling to win games. And I think in the last home game got slapped all over the place 5-1, maybe by Watford. I might be wrong with that. I think I just heard that on commentary. So, yeah, I haven't got much more to say, folks. It's a very, very standard Leeds United post-match after a big win the week before, isn't it? Or a few days before in this case. It's the welcome back to earth with a bang, no parachute needed, get yourself slapped all over that concrete. So, nice one, boys. Good work. Thanks very much. And like I say, for me, if you go out and you get beat by a better team on the day, but you've put in 100%, you've thrown yourself into the tackles, you've run hard, all the rest of it, losses happen. So this isn't me being, feeling like we're superior to the rest, because the first thing you've got to do in football is you've got to earn the right to play. In every game, you've got to earn the right to play. You've got to earn the right to dominate. We didn't earn any right to do anything today. And again, some of that is down to Preston and their tactics. And I'll say it again, well done, Preston, 2-1 win. I don't worry, but I'm always concerned that I focus solely on Leeds, as I probably should, Leeds fan channel, but that I focus solely on that and don't give credit the other way when things don't go well. We're happy after the Ipswich game to say Ipswich were rubbish. A lot of that was down to us being so brilliant. So the other way around, we were rubbish today. Some of that was down to Preston and their tactics, which they did well. But some of that as well was down to us being complete bottle jobs. So that's my take on it. I haven't broke it down from an analytical point of view, from a tactical point of view, because genuinely, what's the point? What's the point? Because it's the same old story. Sadly, been great at home this season, still unbeaten at home this season, but we've got to sort this out. Otherwise, it will be the playoffs. And again, we know Leeds in the playoffs. So, yeah, I hope, honestly, please get your comments in. I'll be really interested, actually, because there might be some varying views on things today, that people see this differently. And I don't want this to come across as an overreaction. I'm judging it on one game like I was, and then, making predictions, because this has happened a few times this season. Inconsistency, that is the key word, because it's happened a few times this season. I was buzzing after Ipswich. I was like, yeah, go on, we're going to chase them down. We're going to get there. And then, like I say, the club kickers in the spuds, or the team kickers in the spuds, with how they go about the next game. So I don't want to come across like I'm overreacting, but I'm just saying, over the course of a season, these little things that I've mentioned, the inconsistency, the lack of fight at times, X, Y, Z, will cost us promotion. Haven't cost us it yet. I still think there's probably a margin, a slight, there's a percentage there still where, we could go on a real run and others might collapse, because let's be honest, we've seen Leeds do it in the past, absolutely shit a brick and collapse. So, we don't know. So I'm not being overreactive where I'm saying it's done, throw it all in the bin, no point going to the playoffs because we never win them. Let's just end the season now. So I don't want people to think I'm being like that. But I am saying that the kind of nonsense we saw today, which just wasn't very good, will cost us over the season. So I'm going to leave it there again. Get your comments in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 30k now. I'm not sure how many people will even watch this, because I'm sure there's a few downbeat Leeds fans today after that nonsense. But I hope you have a good rest of the Christmas break if you're on one. Obviously, if you're at work or whatever, keep safe, keep well, and I hope you get a break soon enough. And I will catch you all on the other side. Thanks, everyone. Bye.